Mr. President. I'd like to call the Chamber's attention to page 23 of this year's amendment to the budget bill. Senate Republicans have taken out language that had previously been included in this section of the budget regarding food assistance or SNAP benefits. It was on page 21 of last year's bill. The language reads, "The department shall include as many SNAP households as is allowed by federal law." This language was not in the budget this year. Would Senator Costello yield?
Senator Costello, will you yield?
I don't think I am going to yield this time. I'm not sure. I guess I will, but I don't want this to be something where you're trying to go ahead and ask.
Thank you, Senator. Just trying to understand, why was this language removed?
We are trying to clean up the language in the bills. We didn't feel it was necessary.
Thank you. Actually, would Senator Costello yield again?
Senator Costello, will you yield?
All right.
Senator Costello, if it's an incidental change, would you be open to accepting an amendment to put it back in the bill?
No, we've agreed on language. We're trying to move this forward. We've already agreed on that with the House, and this is agreed on language, so I'm not willing to accept that, no.
Thank you. I do believe that the omission of this language was intentional. Food pantries, disability advocates, advocates for children, pediatricians, Iowans who depend on the food assistance program, hundreds of Iowa faith leaders expressed fear that Senate File 494 would prevent eligible Iowans from receiving food assistance for which they do qualify, for which they truly do need. 177,000 Iowa households with children in them will be at risk of losing access to food. People with disabilities, older Iowans, the working poor, all put at risk because that's exactly what happened in Pennsylvania when a similar, expensive, harmful process was implemented in that state. It hurt people, it cost taxpayers a lot of money, and the state ended it after 3 years, declaring it a miserable failure. If the intent is not to kick eligible people off of food assistance, then why delete the language that makes explicit federally allowed SNAP households shall be included? Because Iowans who qualify for food assistance will be kicked off because they cannot complete the paperwork requirements of Senate File 494 that is waiting to go to the governor's desk, and everyone in this room knows that will be the outcome. The Republican majority is taking $8 million from a settlement, an award meant to compensate Iowans for harm caused to them, misuse of our tax dollars by the MCOs, a failure of agency employed by the state to fulfill their duty to serve the people of our state. And instead of investing it in something that will address unmet needs in our state, that will make Iowans healthier, save the lives of mothers, improve outcomes for our kids, childcare to help Iowa families get to work, support our elders, take care of our veterans, the majority proposal instead magnifies the harm. Iowans will be spending millions of dollars to prevent our Iowa neighbors from having the healthy food they need. And this budget makes that painfully, shamefully clear. Vote no.